Welcome to our Lumio Palooza global event, where we are providing fun, fresh PD opportunities, highlighting how Lumio can provide a fluid workflow with benefits that benefits teachers and students. We will show you how to create lessons and activities focused on a variety of topics, including classroom instructional strategies. My name is Nadia Al-Barghiti, and I'm the educational consultant at SMART, based in Dubai, but currently in Jordan. This webinar is going to be, we have our amazing presenter, Ms. Radwa Hamza. She is our amazing ambassador for years at SMART, and we're so excited for her today for hosting this and presenting games in English. Ms. Radwa Hamza is an English teacher and is based in Egypt. So thank you everyone for waiting and introducing yourselves in the chat. We look forward to the next 30-40 minutes to connect with you, and all over to you, Ms. Radwa. We encourage you to participate. If you have any questions, please ask them in the chat box during the presentation, and we'll either integrate them into the flow or we can hold them to be answered during Q&A period. We will be sharing a bit of resources as well in the chat, so for your participation today, and we're going to be providing you with certification. So at this point, I'm going to turn things over to Ms. Radwa and dive into this amazing webinar. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Ms. Nadia. I'm very happy today to be with you in Lumio Palooza, that event this summer. I'm really very excited. So let's share my screen. Our topic that we are talking today is about games in teaching English. Today, I will talk to all English teachers who teach English inside their classes. I hope they will enjoy the session. I'm Radwa Hamza, an English teacher from Egypt. So our agenda today, first, we will have some greetings together and know each other. Second, I will talk about games-based activities and how English teachers can use them in Lumio. My third point will be of how to use response in Lumio in assessment in English class. And this will be enjoyable for sure. So let's start. Our agenda for number one is shout out activity, and I'm very happy today to share me and join me at hellosmart.com. Here, I will pop up my class ID. You can have it on a screen, or I'll send it in chat box to join me in the class. I'm waiting for you to join. You can go to hellosmart.com and enter class ID 18423. I'm happy if you can join me in my class today, all English teachers. Again, you can go to hellosmart.com and enter my class ID, and I sent you the link to join. You can join as a guest, or you can join from the QR code on the screen. I can see until now 6 students connected. Very nice. So our session today is talk about teaching English. Teaching English online through games is very effective nowadays, and the students like this. So today you will know how to deal with games online with the students in Lumio. Let's start our shout out activity. But by the way, I use shout it out activity in my class as a warm up for my students before the session. especially if it's in the first class with my students. I often want to know their names and know some information about them. Let's start shout it out activity with you as English teachers. I'll be happy if you can introduce yourself, your name, and your job here. So this is a very good warm-up activity with your students to introduce their names, talk about themselves before or starting the first session in the class. So here I have Tari from USA, welcome. We have George, School District of Columbia, yes, English teacher, nice to meet you. Also, I have Susan. Hi. My great ambassador in Lumio for years, Miss Dilk. I'm happy to see you. Nice to meet you. We have teachers from Iraq. Nice to meet you. We have a teacher from USA. She teaches grade 3. I think you will enjoy our session today because of it's for lower grades. Nice. We have Sherry from Texas. Nice to meet you all. So shout it out activity is a very nice activity to know or give your students a question and they answer to it. And you read for them together to know all information about the question that you give them. So shout it out activity is my favorite to use inside the class. Yes. I have teacher from Canada. She teaches English in primary schools. Nice to meet you all. Okay, so in Lumio, there is a big library of games-based activity. And today I'm going to talk about some of them. First, teachers can use flip out activity to show the word with its picture or definition. So as an English teacher, you present for your students the word and the picture, or you can present for them the word and the definition. Flip out activity can do this for you. Let's do it together. Let's try it. So if you start flip out activity with your students here, I have mix of some words here for a lesson related to technology or parts of computer here. Each word in the card, if I flip this card mouse, you can find a picture for the mouse. So this flip card is a good way to present the new word with its picture. Another way, laptop. I can present it with its picture like that. And students can come to the board to click, or they can click from their own devices if you are teaching online. The word computer here, I also provide my students for a picture for it. Memory stick, yes, here you can have a picture for this, and you can click here to make zoom for the picture to be clear for students. Screen, here I change my presentation. I give the students a description or a definition of the word screen. So screen is a description of how much of a window occupies on a display. So here you can provide your students the word with the definition. Okay. The word keyboard, I provide my students with a picture. So I like this activity very much to introduce new vocab with its picture or a definition. Let's keep going. Another game, another activity from games-based activity for students, teachers can use match him up to match some questions with answers in English. I like this activity very much, match him up, and my students also love it in primary stage and in preparatory stage also. They like to come to board and match some big questions with answers, maybe. They can match word with a picture as you like as a teacher. So let's try match him up activity. I want you to join me. I will open the activity. I ask you please to try to match the question with the answer of it. For lower grades, I think this is for grade 2 or 3, the students can match the question with the answer. For example, do you exercise? I drag it like here. Do you exercise? Yes, I do. So here, that's right. The students come to board and match the question with the answer. Let's try again. What would you like to eat? Can I match it with number 7? I think no. It will be wrong for students. Lumio give him here another chance to think for the answer. What would you like to eat? Fish. Yes, that's right. Here in this activity, match him up, you can view progress for students. You can here click here for view progress to know if they join your activity or not. Here it's activity dashboard, very nice dashboard. Here for class overview, I can see 6 teachers in progress, and there are 4 teachers who completed my activity. So here you can see your student progress like this. For Susan, she has got 5 out of 5. Excellent. For Dilek, she has got 5 out of 5. Excellent. For Peter, he's got 4 out of 5. So here, from this activity dashboard, you can see your student progress, and it's amazing if you teach online to know who is working with you from his own device. So this is match him up. I use it for a lot of questions, for a lot of exercises, question or answer, word or picture, word or definition, as you like with your students. So this is amazing match him activity up, and thanks for sharing me in this activity. Let's keep going. Here, in Lumio, teachers can use the rank order to make students work individually, reorder some sentences from their own devices. You know, every student like to work individually to know if he understand your lesson or not. He wanted to take his feedback from you. So rank order can do this in Lumio. How can English teachers use rank order in Lumio with the students? I give you an example here. There's a famous question in Egypt in our curriculums that you give a student unarranged sentence and you ask them to reorder this sentence. Here, I like this theme a lot in Lumio. This is like a robot. So when students start to reorder the sentence, you can find some changes in that robot. Let's start with I'm. I ask you to join me and reorder, please. I'm. After I'm, what's next? Studying. So this is for lower grades. studying English, yes. And right now, I'm studying English right now. Let's check students for the answer for students. So what happened? I like this for the robot to be has all of these lights. So that's amazing, and the students are very happy because they can see that if they are right or not. Let's see here. Also, we have activity dashboard also in this rank order activity in Lumio. Here I can see 8 students who completed the exercise. And there are 4 they are in progress, and there are 3 that they are not started. So I can ask them or encourage them to join and answer the activity. From here, also from students' progress in rank order, you can see the progress of the students. And Lumio gives a very good chance for students to check in their understanding after you presenting the new vocab for students. That's nice. Thanks for sharing with me. I'm very happy. Here, another amazing activity in games-based activities or in Lumio is Super Sort. Teachers can use Super Sort game in teaching English to classify verbs. You know, English teachers have the lesson of verbs. They teach verbs, actually, and there are some present verbs and past verbs. You can use sort game or super sort activity in Lumio to know if your students know the difference between the present verb or the past verb. How can you do this? Let's see together. Here, a nice theme. I like it so much. Here, you have the title present verb and you have past verb. The students have to match each verb with each past, like drink. Here, if you drag here, drink, the past verb of drink is, yes, very good, drank. So it disappeared. That means the students is right. If you drag here the verb play, and the student drag eat here, the past verb, what will happen? It will disappear. This. Okay, so play, the past of play is played, and so on. And here also in super sort, you can see students who start the activity or not. Okay. Here, I want to show you something. Again, let's match visit. This is the present verb visit. What is the past verb of visit is visited. Yes. Let's see the progress of my students. I'm waiting for you to join me, right? Match you with roles. And you have a lot of other themes in Lumio. You don't have only this theme, you have a lot of themes like this, and you can choose. Great. Another activity in Lumio you can use is word search. English teachers and students will love it because every vocab lesson, a teacher can give a student some words and they can rearrange them. In Lumio, you can enjoy word search games. Teachers or English teachers can use it after presenting the new vocab of their lesson. So you can use word search for practice after teaching vocab. How can you deal with this? Okay, let's go. I start here. Here, I use some of fruits vocab here: apple, banana, fig, mango, peach, and watermelon. And I ask my students to search for them in the word search. They will love it too, very much. If it's, I think it's easy for students, but I can see apple here. Apple, so students can find it like this. If the students find it's difficult for them, they have option here. Click for a hint. They can click here, letter W, watermelon. Yes, here I can find watermelon. The students can answer from their own devices. Okay, again. That's it. And if it's right, it's deleted from here. Okay. And still have the banana. Okay. Click for hint. Yes. So here I have the fruit mango. So it's deleted from here. So word search activity is a nice activity to know if your students memorize the vocab after the lesson or not. And they like this together very much. I can find here fig. Okay. I can find peach like this. Still have banana. I can click for hand. Yes, so banana is here. So amazing activity for students to search for the vocab and know the letters inside the word. And it makes you know if your students identify the new vocab or not. So this is very nice for English teachers. Let's keep going. Wow, monster quiz, it's my favorite. For the last games, the students can work individually, but monster quiz is a group activity with the students. Why? Lumio can give the chance to students to work in groups. So will be so excited. Students will like to work in groups with their friends. Teachers can use monster quiz. As I'm a teacher, I use it in assessment stage. So when can you, as an English teacher, use monster quiz? After you finish your presenting the lesson and the practice, you can assess your students using monster quiz. So how can you do this? After I have taught my students grammar lesson, and here monster quiz is a practice about grammar lesson to understand if they to check their understanding. So I will start monster quiz. You have two themes for monster quiz. You have summer, a theme like this. The students will like to see the monsters in their summer clothes. Okay, so I ask you all please to share me in this monster quiz to see who is the winner. So I will start for the class. Here I have the students. I can divide you into teams. For your numbers, you are 16. I can divide you into 5 teams. As you see, in every team, we have 3 or 4 students, okay? But you can ask your students, if Suzanne love to work with Rana or not, you can change. You can change Rania here and put Roth here. So you ask your students to know which friends they are like to play with. So after this part, you start the quiz if they are ready. Start the quiz. Now I'll give you a chance to answer. I want you to practice with me, please, to know whose team is the winner. Yes, excellent, perfect. This quiz is about grammar. It's very easy for lower grades. Yes, amazing. Here, the students can monitor you from Zoom screen if you teach online to see which monster will pop up first. Yes, I think the lava slingers will be the winners. Nice, nice. Mr. Mohammed, Miss Nadia, nice, very nice. Miss Susan. So who is number one? Who is number one? I'm waiting. So like this way, you encourage your students to be fast to know who is the winner. So amazing. We have lava. Number one is the snow blenders. Wow. Number two is the case creatures. Congratulations. And team three, lava slingers, are the winners. So congratulations all. So it's in this part the students are jumping. They are very happy because they know who is the winner. So congratulations is no blenders. Okay, so if you are teaching online, the students with you don't know who is answering right or wrong. So here, Lumio gives you as a teacher a chance to review the questions with the students and know what are their mistakes. So if you click here, class review, you can see how many students answer right and what is the question that is wrong here. So you can discuss and all the students come here on screen and you chat together and explain if they are right or not. Okay. Also, you have a Lumio team scoreboard. You can see here the finishing time and how many percent they have finished. So Monster game is very, very amazing game. I like it because my students can identify the monsters in Lumio. I love them a lot. So this is a group, as we said, group activity, and the students should share from their own devices. The last thing in my agenda today is to use response in Lumio. It's a very, very great option in Lumio. Why? You can use it in assessment after an English lesson. So I can use Quiz Monster to assess my students and also response. But response is like a quiz online for teachers who teach online. And we will try it now, and you will know the difference between response and the monster game now. So all teachers or all my students should should join from their classes, and the game or the response quiz will not start because students' devices are required. So if you start for class here, the questions will appear to my students in their devices. they have to start the activity. So I'm waiting for you to answer the questions. The questions also is about my lesson today for some vocab, grammar items, structure, language. As you see on screen here, you can know that your students start answering the quiz online. So if you teach online, it's a very effective way to know their response in front of your eyes. And a response activity in Lumio can mark your quiz in a minute. You save time and effort for teacher. So now it's going to be 80%, 84%. So you are waiting for your students to finish the 5 questions. I give them 5 questions. And if you want to show the question here, you can show. Okay. Back to overview. Still have 95%. You are waiting for your students, all your students to finish. So here the results are live in Lumio. If you want to end the activity as a teacher, you can end it here. You have this option. So let's end the activity. End and review. Here you can review to see how many students here. You have 17, I have 17. Here I have 15 who will answer right. B, eating a lot of chocolate is a healthy thing. False. Okay. Here, this is like to take a student's opinion. Getting up early is good for your health. Some say yes, and some say no. It's your opinion. It's okay. And here in response, I give this question. All my students have the right answer. Amazing. And here, recycling is good to our environment. That's true. So all my students are right. So here, I tell you the difference between monster quiz and response, that response, you can export your results for students in an Excel sheet. So it's amazing. If you click on export results, here you can download it and see all the results of your students. I'll open it for you to see and share it for you. So I will share this Excel sheet. So I like this part in Lumio to give me very quick and nice worksheet like that. All give me the names of the students and the grade and how many questions are correct and how many questions are incorrect. It's very, very nice, amazing. Okay, and you can have the class average. So I like to use the response as an English teacher to save my time and effort. Okay, and it gives me a class average in a minute, as I told you. Back to my session. So that's why I tell you that I love response. So here, this slide is for resources. You can click on the icon for resources in Lumio to watch the previous webinars, to see the YouTube channel, learn Lumio. And if you have any questions, you can ask us in the chat box. Thanks, Ms. Nadia.
We did have one question. Can you show them how to build just an easy game in the
An
edit
easy
mode?
game? Yeah, sure. Which game?
I think we were on match them up when they asked, but super sort is fine because they're all kind of the same.
Super sort, okay. Here, I can show you how to make super sort exercise for English teachers. This is your presentation. From this yellow plus icon, you can click, and here you can find the game-based activities in Lumio in this part. You have 12 templates. Click here, and you can choose. Here we have seen today matchup activity, monosco quiz from here, rank order from here. I can start using super sort with you now. If you click here, you will have a window. You have two categories. The first category in English teachers, maybe I can write the questions here. This is the title. If I want my students to super sort, no, let's choose another thing.
Maybe just nouns and verbs. Yep, there you
Yes,
go.
yes, nouns and verbs. Yes. So I want to know my students if they can identify nouns and verbs here in Apple. I can use, instead of typing, you have pictures. We can use pictures here. So here you can search for the picture that you want. I would choose table. So you can have mix of some pictures and some text. For verbs, play. You can have a picture of someone who is running like this. And eat. So you can add more if you like. After you finish, write the two categories, you click next. So here, as I said, you have a lot of themes in Lumio. Blue is a new one in Lumio. It was added, and purple is a new one. You have dragon, that's the one I choose, jungle. Here, the pirates is amazing because you have sound in this theme. I will choose it and finish. When you finish, you can preview your activity to see it before you show it to your students. You can preview and see how is your activity is right or not. So this shape is for nouns, this shape is for verbs, and students have to drag. And I don't know if you can hear the sound or not, but let's do it together. If you want to play it with your students, I will finish editing from here and start my lesson in Lumio. So, yeah, this is the activity. Let's start together. Please, can you join me? I ask you now to match the picture or words to the right category. Here, run. If it's right, make like that. I will equal the sound. Pen. Yes. Table. If I drag table to verbs, it's wrong. So students can drag it here. Play here. Eat like that. Apple. So students can work from their own devices and they will be very happy. Okay, if I see your progress, amazing. I have 4 who are completed. Let's see who are these 4. Sherry, George, Latvia, Susan, and Jocelyn. Thanks very much for sharing with me today. You are amazing. Thanks very much.
And the last question that I found in the chat that I didn't answer is they would love it if you would share with them that file.
Yes.
Would you mind sharing and showing them how you get the teacher share link and just stick it in the chat then?
Share link of the lesson?
Of the lesson, yes.
Okay, so
Thank you.
okay, this is my lesson. Here, you can click these three dashes, and you can find a lot of words here. You can share your lesson. How can you share your lesson? You can click here, and you have a copy for lesson to teachers or for students. You can send this for your students to work alone in any time. But here I want to share my lesson to another teacher. So you have option here to copy. Okay, so now link is copied. I click this link and I'll give it to you in the chat box. This is how I can share my lesson for to another teachers. Okay, thank you very much. So you can complete the survey that you can have in the chat box to have your certificate, PhD certificate for today. Yes, any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Radwa. This was super informative, and thank you for sharing your knowledge with all the teachers and ourselves. If anyone has any further questions, we would like to answer them to you. I think you have all the resources now in which you can use to sign up and create your own account on Lumio. And then also you can have on our YouTube channel, you have structured instructions on how to do it step by step that will help you.
Yes.
Once you complete your survey, you will your certification will be generated and it will be sent to you. If nobody has any other questions, I would like to extend our thank you. And I think on behalf of all the participants, we thank you so much, our amazing ambassador, Ms. Radwa, and we hope we get more ambassadors from our participants today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.